We talked about those oils. Now, I knew Dr. Young when he first started, as he was a lumberjack in Idaho. And he was a great guy. He wanted me to come out to Idaho to work with this because he was just starting. But I had a family, I have a practice. I didn't want to leave my family to go out to Idaho. But these oils I've used over the years to help people with their emotional problems. Thieves, valor. Valor is probably one of the most beneficial remedies, although people don't know that. I used to use valor for my son who played football at the college level, and it really helped him a lot. Thieves for clearing my office. So there are a lot of good things. Besides remedies, I've used oils. Yeah. Lavender is, if you ever get yourself depressed or suppressed, you can pray, but if you take lavender oil and you just put it on the crown of your head and your wrist, it will help you a lot. And so those are things that I endorse. But I have to say, eating foods and eating them slowly and chewing my food is beneficial to me because I look at a mealtime as a prayer. That's a prayer to me. I get to enjoy it. I talk with my wife. Although I don't talk a lot, I eat and savor what I'm eating. And of course, I always keep myself well hydrated. But you know, all of these things that I've described to you today, they're very important. But it's how you look at life. How you look at life. And look at the things that make you the happiest. Whether it's painting or walking or exercise, look at the things that make you the happiest. And if there's something that you really love doing, go and do it because it's going to change your life. I never thought I would be a doctor. I grew up on the street. You know, I didn't have a lot of things in my life. I was raised by my grandmother who happened to be an herbalist. And so I grew up watching my grandmother stay healthy and heal people in the neighborhood with foods that she made. Now, I did mention a few of these foods today, but one food I forgot to mention was something called anise. Anise. Did you ever see it in the store? It's celery with a white bulb.
Oh, anise. Yeah.
Anise.
Yeah.
We call it fennec.
Yeah.
My grandmother made a wine out of that, and we used to eat it. If you didn't feel well in your stomach, you'd eat that, and it helps you. So stomach plays a big part in your health, and one of the other areas is always getting a good probiotic for you. Hopefully you all use those things, but I endorse probiotics just to maintain the integrity of your stomach and your large intestine and help you with small intestine. So I tried to condense this. It's almost 5 minutes to 1, and I would say to you it's really a pleasure to give you some of these anecdotes and bits of information, and I'm hoping that you'll take some of this and use it in your daily life, because when you do that, you may be influencing other people to live a better or different life. All right? So I'm going to close, and if there's any questions, I'm open for a couple of minutes before I go back to the office. I'm going to give you some handouts today. And I think that this is very important because it shows you your place in history. You know, it shows you that I'm human too. I'm exposed to the same things you are. Dawn, that's for you. And I don't have a lot because I thought that there would only be 5 people here. There turned out to be a few more. You're welcome. So use that as a reference for where you are in life, what happens to you. I'm sorry, I'm going to look for one for you.
No worries.
These are my brochures.
I have stuff like this.
Take the self-test that's in that brochure. Take the self-test. There's a self-test in there. And that self-test will tell you where you are in life. And it'll show me how I can help you. I didn't get your name. Fawn. Nice to meet you. Does anyone have any questions at all? I also will give you a coupon. If any of you would like to come and see me at any time, it's a $75 coupon you can use to come and have a consult with me. The first consult's 2 hours, it's $150, but you get $75 off. So if you'd like to do it, God bless you. I don't know if I have any extra ones, but...
I can get it from there. There's one on the table.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, thank you.
4 minutes for you. Timmy, I know that you know everything about what I do, so someday I'm going to ask you to be my assistant. I'm going to ask you to be my assistant. No questions?
Oh, yeah, I have a question. You mentioned silver. I've never heard of, what is that?
I've been using silver for 30 years, and it's a process where silver, it gets broken down.
You talking about the metal?
Yeah,
Really?
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me just give you a picture, a clear picture. I'm a big history buff. I love history. I spend my whole life in books when I'm not practicing. And the Romans, the centurions, and all the great Caesars had strong life and great armies. They were able to defeat most of the known armies at the time. They used to put silver coin in the water troughs for the horses and for the soldiers. They drank out of silver goblets.
Ah,
The silver, and that was an unknown secret. Silver kept the Roman centurions and all of royalty at a very high peak level of health. So some scientists got the big idea from history. Wow, this is pretty interesting. Let me try to break silver down, and he came up with 23 parts per million. So when you take silver, there's 23 parts per million in it. Silver is antibacterial, antiviral, anti-fungi and yeast, and I've used it for 30 years.
What,
I've used it for a lot of different
what do
things.
you mean you use it? You consume it?
You drink it, yeah.
Oh, it's in liquid
It's a
form.
sublingual, yes, it's a liquid. It's a sublingual liquid that you take, and I just throw that out to you. I use silver, I use echinacea, I use cat's claw, and also olive leaf, because olives are great. Olive leaf is antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial. See, these are things that the public doesn't know. They don't hear it because what's the biggest money maker on TV today? How many commercials do you see for drugs? Billions of dollars. So these things are kind of pushed to the side, but it's information that you may find beneficial to you. Any other questions?
Doctor, where can you get silver? I mean, you go buy it at the pharmacy?
You can go to a health food store,
Health food store.
and you won't get the 23 parts per million, because 23 parts per million only goes through a doctor. So I have that. But you can go to a health food store and get liquid silver.
Really?
There are different brands that are available, but they will not be as strong or as diluted as mine is. 23 parts per million means you could barely see it with a microscope, so it's not going to get stuck in the body. It's going to come and pull out harmful toxins, and it's going to help your immune system to be boosted. Remember your immune system, thymus, T cells, and bone, B cells. So I was telling, and that is
Jeanette.
Tapping is a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So if you feel weak on any particular day, go to your thymus and go to your adrenals. Adrenal glands. So 2 places to go to. Adrenal glands, tap. Thymus, tap, tap, tap. And that's going to help you a lot. So these are things I teach to my patients, because you know what? I can fish for you. But if I teach you how to fish, you're going to fish for yourselves the rest of your life. You know, it's going to make me feel pretty happy when I see someone, they go, Doc, you helped me so much. I helped you so much? Yeah, how? You taught me how to improve my health. That's my presentation. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I wish you all well. Many blessings to all of you.
Thank you, doctor.
I'm going to bid you adieu because I have to go to the office. I had some patients this afternoon, and continue on, do great things, and go with your life and have fun.
Thank you so much.
Yes, pleasure. Fawn, it's Fawn. What's your last name?
Bradford.
Right.
Brad. My,
I had silver in the house.
receptacle. I lived in Wantage Township, so my reception was in the Lake Mohawk Country Club.
Okay, maybe that's where I've, because I go by there, I have an office up, not too far from
Woodport Road.
Yeah, right in Woodport.
Yeah, I know the area.
Okay, thank you so much for your hosting of very, very nice and beautiful people, and, don't
Thanks
wait
for
till when
coming.
you need help. with
Yes,
this.
I will come, I will come.
Okay, goodbye.
Good meeting
Bye,
you,
Tim.
Michael.
So if I go straight out and make a right, that'll take me back to.
Oh, yes. Oh, I owe you some money.
Well, yeah.
I'll just, should I get it for you now? You have a minute?
What did Dee tell you? I even forgot what
Oh, it was like $51.
Yeah, because she's got to make deposits today. I got all these checks.
I spray silver, so,
The silver spray is good.
yeah. Something.
You really get the power when you do sublingual, just a teaspoon twice a day, morning and night.
Oh.
Like I've had people with flu, I give it to them right in the office, and it's amazing, all the things that you use. I'm not saying, silver's great, cat's claw is good, echinacea is good, American ginseng is great. Getting harder to get these things because the federal government is eliminating.
Big pharma
They're
doesn't want you
taking
to
it,
know.
they're taking it away. Things like
Horrible.
30 years ago, I was making my own,
Mhm.
but they stopped me from doing that because they didn't like the size of my bottle. They didn't like it just goes on and goes on. I could tell you stories. That could be another seminar because they're preventing a lot of these. You'll see things slowly being removed, slowly removed, and it's sad because. It doesn't happen in Europe that way. If you go to Germany and go in a pharmacy, you'll see they have homeopathy on one side, pharmacology on the other side. People have a choice that they can buy whatever they want. Stuff. Okay, I give this to Dee then. I didn't realize what that was
I
about.
think I
But
remember it.
that's okay.
I owed him some money for a supplement, that's all.
She'll take care of it and it'll be good. All right, so have a great day.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you
Enjoy,
so
have
much.
more food, drink water. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Tim. You're welcome. Stay in touch.
Okay.